10 hidden coastal gems in the UK waiting to be rediscovered. Tired of crowded promenades and overdone postcards? This is your cheat sheet to quieter shores, small harbours, and wild, wind-brushed coves that still feel personal. In this guide, 10 hidden coastal gems in the UK waiting to be rediscovered, we skip the famous hotspots and head for places where the stories are older, the queues are shorter, and the views feel like they're yours. Expect seal-watching cliffs, pale sands with room to breathe, tiny rock harbours, and villages where fish and chips still arrive wrapped in sea air. Pack layers, curiosity, and a camera. 10. Dunwich and Walberswick, Suffolk, England. On a calm day, the Suffolk coast looks gentle, almost shy. Then you find Dunwich, once a bustling medieval port, now a quiet village whose larger past was slowly claimed by the sea. It's a humbling, beautiful place to wander. Heathland trails, pebble shorelines, and big skies that change mood by the minute. Just across the water, Walberswick pairs weathered timber with soft dunes and a long tradition of crabbing off the bridge. Simple, timeless fun that families return to year after year. Stroll the shingle, listen for curlew calls, and watch the light do its theatre across the North Sea. For photographers, sunrise is a gift here. For walkers, the heath reveals seasonal colour from gorse yellows to heather purples. Facilities are modest, another reason the place keeps its hush, so arrive prepared with snacks, a flask, and good shoes. If you're planning a coastal road trip, stitch Dunwich and Walberswick to nearby Southwold for a day that swings from quiet nature to pierside treats. In shoulder months, you'll often have huge stretches of shoreline to yourself, the sea sighing like a friendly metronome, while fishing boats tilt on the tide. Why it's a gem? History, big sky drama, and a sense of England's coastline as a living, shifting thing, not a backdrop, but a character. 9. Kingsand and Cawsand, Rame Peninsula, Cornwall, England. On the Rame Peninsula, Cornwall's forgotten corner, twin villages. Kingsand and Cawsand sit shoulder to shoulder around a sheltered bay. Think pastel cottages, tide-nibbling steps, and lanes so narrow you instinctively slow down. The water is usually gentler than Cornwall's surf coasts, making it perfect for paddleboards and relaxed swims. Cafes open onto cobbles, and the beach at high tide laps almost to the pub doors, one of those simple joys that never gets old. Beyond the waterfront, the southwest coast path edges into views of Plymouth Sound to the east and open water to the south. Early risers get the first light glittering on the bay. Evening walkers collect golden hour reflections in the windows of fishermen's cottages. Parking is limited, welcome to charm, so come early or bus in from Torpoint. Weekends get livelier, but it's still a world apart from headline Cornish resorts. Bring a towel, a paperback, and a spare hour to watch paddleboarders drift past the slipway while gulls negotiate for crumbs. Why it's a gem, that little harbour feel, calm waters, and a slower pace, classic Cornish scenery without the crush. 8. Cwmtydu, Ceredigion, Wales. Pronounced roughly Cwmtydu, this small cove on Cardigan Bay is where time tucks itself into the cliffs. The beach is a pebbly sand mix framed by headlands, and the approach road already feels like a secret handshake. Join the Wales coast path in either direction for clifftop views and, with luck, dolphin sightings offshore in summer. Autumn often brings seals to nearby beaches. Keep distance, use a long lens, and let them be. Cwmtydu is the opposite of a built-up resort. Come for old-school picnics and stone skimming contests, and for the audible hush that falls when the sea is calm. In spring, thrift and see campions stitch pink and white along the path edges. In winter, storm days deliver glorious drama from a safe vantage. A short drive links you to colourful new quay for boat trips and cafes, so you can blend quiet time with a treat afterwards. If you love simple coastal days, no arcades, no neon, Cwmtydu is your kind of place. Why it's a gem, a gentle, tucked-away bay with classic Ceredigion cliffs, wildlife potential, and Wales Coast Path access right on the doorstep. 7. Porthgain, Pembrokeshire, Wales. Once a small industrial port, Porthgain is now a pocket-sized harbour that carries its history in the best way. Visible, atmospheric, unpretentious. Old brick and stone ruins stand like ready-made film sets against a sea that shifts from slate to turquoise when the sun swings out. The harbour is the heart, but the coastal path is the spell. To the west, Rathlin broad sands. Access conditions vary. Check locally. To the east, the famed Blue Lagoon at Aberidi with its brilliant quarry-borne pool. Food is part of Porthgain's charm. Seafood and chips are hard to beat with salt air in your face. Sunset paints the headlands. The harbour walls glow like a postcard you'll actually remember. In blustery weather, it's drama central. Waves booming the harbour mouth while kittiwakes ride the wind. Take 10 minutes to climb the cliff steps for a panorama. Fishing boats below, Atlantic horizon ahead, and the soft rumble of swell echoing in the crevices. Why it's a gem. Industrial heritage meets small harbour warmth, with stupendous cliff-top walks a few steps from your table. 6. Porthdinllaen, Llyn Peninsula, Wales. Porthdinllaen is a curve of sand so perfect it feels drawn with one careful line. Sitting on a narrow spit below low cliffs, this tiny, car-free hamlet is the definition of come for the view, stay for the hush. Reach it on foot along the beach at low tide or via the cliff-top path, and you'll see boats nodding in the bay with Snowdonia's ranges smudged blue on clear days. It's an easy place to slow down, paddle at the water's edge, watch cormorants arrow into the sea, and let your voice drop to match the mood. The beachfront pub, check hours, especially off-season, is famously photogenic, but the real magic is the soundscape, a soft shuffle of waves, a few friendly voices, and the faint clink of rigging. If you're lucky, you'll catch a day of mirror-calm water when the sky and sea blur together, and time does that lovely elastic thing. Why it's a gem, an almost storybook bay, car-free calm, and views that turn every hour into just one more photo. 5. St Abbs and Coldingham Bay, Scottish borders, Scotland. Two places, one perfect pairing. St Abbs is a fishing village tucked beneath a rugged headland, gateway to a celebrated marine reserve. The waters are startlingly clear on good days, making it a favourite for divers and snorkelers. Always heed local advice. Up on the cliff tops, seabirds commute along the rock faces, kittiwakes, guillemots, razorbills, riding updrafts like seasoned pilots. A mile inland sits Coldingham Bay, a wide crescent where surfers and families share the sand. Choose your pace, sea watch from a cafe balcony, or take the path up to the headland for a look-both-ways panorama. Photographers love the contrast. Hard edge cliffs to the south, soft curved sands to the north. If you like a day with chapters, start with a cliff-top walk, drop to the beach for a lazy lunch, then return for a sunset framed by the sharp outline of St Abbs Head. Why it's a gem. Big coastal drama and family-friendly beach time in one neat package, with a marine reserve steps from the harbour. 4. Seacliff Beach, East Lothian, Scotland. If beaches had secret levels, Seacliff would be one of them. Down a private road, fee may apply, the shore opens into a long ribbon of sand with views to the red sandstone of Tantallon Castle. Look closely at the rocks, and you'll find one of Britain's tiniest stone harbours, hand-carved into the bedrock, a delightful surprise at low tide. On clear days, Bass Rock rises offshore like a sleeping giant ringed with seabirds. Seacliff works in all moods, bright picnic weather, soft har, even a moody day when waves underline the castle's silhouette. The sand is firm enough for long walks, and the backdrop changes every few hundred metres. Dunes, rock pools, castle views, repeat. Keep an eye on tides. Some rock shelves vanish quickly. Facilities are minimal, so think, bring it in, take it out. On still evenings, the afterglow lingers and the castle casts a theatrical shape across the shallows, tempting you to stay for just one more photo. Why it's a gem. Castle views, a pocket harbour carved from rock, and a long, uncrowded sweep that feels like a private discovery. 3. White Park Bay, County Antrim, Northern Ireland. Between headlands rippled with dunes, White Park Bay arcs in pale sand and limestone tones. The approach path drops you into a widescreen panorama. Atlantic rollers, a wide firm strand, and cliffs where grazing cattle sometimes wander down. Yes, really. The vibe is elemental. Wind in the grass, surf on the shore, and a horizon that goes full cinema when the light breaks. Give this place its own unhurried afternoon. Walk the length at low tide, look for fossil hints in the rocks, and settle above the strand for a picnic with a view. The water can be lively. This is the open Atlantic, so paddling is often the safer play than full swims unless conditions are right. Nearby, iconic stops like the Giant's Causeway can anchor a bigger itinerary, but White Park Bay is the chapter that restores your soul between marquee scenes. Why it's a gem. A broad, beautiful arc of sand with dune-backed drama and that unmistakable North Coast mood. 2. Rathlin Island, Church Bay and Rue Point. County Antrim, Northern Ireland. A short ferry ride from Ballycastle and the mainland hushes behind you. Rathlin is an island of cliffs, lighthouses and wildlife where the soundtrack is sea, wind and wings. Church Bay is the welcoming curve near the harbour, with easy ambles and seals often bobbing in the shallows. Further out, Rue Point Lighthouse watches the tides, and in season, spring to midsummer, the seabird cliffs come alive with puffins and their cliff colony neighbours. Rathlin rewards slow travel. Rent a bike, ride the rolling roads, and stop whenever a view insists on it, which is often. Local cafes serve simple, hearty food. Opening hours can be seasonal, so plan ahead. Bring layers and treat the sea crossings with respect. Conditions change quickly, and that's part of the island's character. If you're a birder, this is bucket list territory. If you're simply a lover of grand coastal scenery, it's still a revelation. Why it's a gem. Island pace, big skies, lighthouse drama, and a chance to see thriving seabird colonies in one of the UK's most soulful coastal settings. 1. Sandwood Bay, Sutherland, Scotland. Reaching Sandwood Bay is adventure in the best sense. A 6 to 7 kilometre, about 4 miles. Walk over moorland from the car park near Blairmore, with Locans mirroring the sky and the Atlantic, a growing hush ahead. Then the view opens. Golden pink sand, dunes, and the striking sea stack Amboit Chail, standing guard offshore. On many days you'll share this mile-long strand with only a handful of people. It's wild, honest coastline. No kiosks, no distractions, just the old partnership of sea and wind. Bring solid shoes, layers, water, and the day's weather forecast. The bay faces the open Atlantic. Swell and wind can be strong, so treat the water with care and keep a respectful distance from cliff edges. The rewards are enormous. Long horizons, surf that writes and rewrites the shore, and sunsets that feel like a private performance. Take your time. The walk back has its own peace, the moorland soft underfoot, and the sky carrying the last colour home. Why it's a gem. Remote, unspoiled grandeur. The kind of beach that recalibrates how big a horizon can feel. However you map it, this coastline sampler will give you space, story, and sea air therapy without the crush. Share respectfully, tread lightly, and you'll help keep these places exactly as you found them. Quiet, surprising, generous with their views. Save and revisit 10 hidden coastal gems in the UK, waiting to be rediscovered anytime. Thank you for watching this video. please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell.